wine feminine. Woman, let me be a woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be a woman. Woman, woman. Let me be a woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be a woman. Woman, woman, woman.
It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. It's the Chicago Bulls and the Orlando Magic. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Derrick Rose is out there with Michael Jordan. Then it's Dennis Rodman. Then it's Pippen. And it's Gilmore in at the 5, patrolling the paint. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. McGrady outside. Over Jordan. They get it again. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback.
The strength of O'Neal is otherworldly.
It's Rodman with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Here's Rose. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
McGrady. No good on the triple. Pippen outside. The shot's good. Rodman making the play.
Contact doesn't phase Pippen. Still able to get that one to go.
Hardaway passes to McGrady. Shoots over Jordan. And that one's good. McGrady.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Rodman kicks to Jordan. And Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, it's like he just keeps going up and up. Limitless vertical for MJ.
Back to Hardaway. Pass to McGrady. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
Remains Orlando ball.
Here's Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
Boy, guys, the powerful physical frame of Dwight Howard, so problematic for a defense.
Here's Rose. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
He's an explosive athlete with tremendous positional size. Hardaway has no issue mixing it up inside.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this one.
Hill looking it over. Launches it. Another shot. And Orlando again with the bucket.
It's a tall challenge trying to contain Shaq, especially when he's operating close to the basket.
Hardaway with the steal. And the foul on Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And it's Orlando's ball. Outside Hill. Now the pass to McGrady. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. McGrady's got 5.
And how about getting a hand up on McGrady, especially when he's looking to shoot from the outside.
Rose with the ball. Grant Hill covering. Hardaway passes to Hill. And it's Hardaway atop the key. On the wing, Tracy McGrady. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And far from just a scorer, Hardaway is also adept at finding his teammate.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Here's Armstrong. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Get it to the right guy, get a high percentage look, and that's the kind of game they want to play tonight.
Passes to Skiles. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Noah. Bulls trailed by 4. Love dishes to Armstrong. And he gets it to go. Armstrong's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Anderson outside. Here's Skiles. He's covered by Armstrong. Noah with the block.
Well, Joakim Noah making his presence felt on the defensive end.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
.132 left in the first quarter.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Oh, the definition of a stretch four. Turkoglu can play either forward spot and can stretch the floor with his shooting. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And it's Armstrong missing.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
1:15 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Skiles. He's covered by Armstrong. Bulls trailed by 4. It's stolen by Turkoglu. Lewis outside. Pass to Skiles. Left side Anderson. Out to the wing. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Several teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
46 seconds left in the first. Inside. It's stolen by Turkoglu. Down low. Here's Francis. And good coming off the assist from Hedo Turkoglu.
Way to create just enough separation to get that shot to go.
Well, to me, that's about skill overcoming size. And how about the fearlessness at the offensive end?
Shots good by Butler.
Don't you love the mentality of Jimmy Butler? He almost embraces the contact, invites the contact.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Pass to Francis. Lewis outside. And the 3 off target. Here's Butler. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Well, this guy's such a terrific scorer in the painted area. Jimmy Butler, crafty, smart, and has excellent touch.
Here's Francis. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Magic out in front, leading.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Magic youth.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Magic.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Rodman is out there with Pippen. And it's Rose. And it's Michael Jordan. And it's Gilmore in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
It helps to have the basketball on a string, right? Derrick Rose handles the ball so well he can get anywhere he wants.
Bulls trail by 3. Here's Jordan.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting for Chicago.
They throw good, Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
And the defining trait of the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better. Mentally, in terms of effort, and in terms of their performance.
Outside Hill. Here's McGrady. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. McGrady's got 13 points.
Well, McGrady is just going off right now. He's enjoying himself and going after buckets with reckless abandon.
Bucket is good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Outside Hill. And there's the pass to McGrady. Outside Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to O'Neal. Fires from the line. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. Chicago trailing here. It's Pippen with the drive. And Pippen slams it in.
And Pippen there driving hard inside. Has the height and athleticism to consistently get it done in the paint.
Outside Hill. Hardaway again throws. It's back to Hill. And Hill throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
And that one's good. McGrady.
I tell you, he's making everything he looks at tonight. He should be their #1 option on every possession.
Chicago calls timeout. Nice game. Great performance by Tracy McGrady.
Boy, he's really had their number. They need to make some kind of adjustment during this timeout.
Horace Grant, he's checked in for Orlando.
Round of applause for your Magic Youth.
Here's Rose. That one misses. His first miss of the game after making his first 3. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Meeting the defense with power. McGrady holds nothing back and finishes in motion.
Tracy McGrady.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. It's Rodman with the ball for Chicago. Trailing by 5. And Rose throws it down hard.
Well, that's one of Derrick Rose's specialties, finishing at the rim. Go ahead and flex those muscles, D. Rose.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Back to Hardaway. Pass to Hill. He lobs it up. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Hill against Pippen. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Yeah, Pippen using those long arms inside to get shots off. Feels like no one can guard him down low.
Hardaway passes to Grant. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Pippen. Here's Jordan. Lays it up off the glass. Jordan's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Hill up top, guarded by Pippen. Grant kicks to McGrady. 5 to shoot. Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. Pippen with it. Grant Hill covering, and that one drops. And it's a 3-point Chicago lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Chicago.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Here's Rose, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Dwight Howard.
Well, Derrick Rose plays with such intensity, such willingness to draw contact on the interior.
For Chicago, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic checked in for Howard. Turkoglu comes in for Horace Grant. And it's Scott in for Hill. Rose against Hardaway. He dishes it to Vucevic. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 7th assist in the game.
Well, Vucevic has a great understanding of the pick-and-roll game, and his experience paying off there.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Stand and let us know if you want.
1:19 left in the first half.
Fans, it's time
Here's
to get
Theus.
loud.
The shot from the low post is good.
Penske.
And the Bulls lead by 1. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead change. It's 6 already.
Pass to Scott. To the paint. Here's Hardaway. Nice move. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Sloan, that's good. Sloan's got his first 2 points.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
McGrady passes to Turkoglu. Chicago grabs the miss.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And slam dunk by Butler.
Well, it's about inside positioning and the attack mentality. Jimmy Butler on the throwdown.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. McGrady kicks to Scott from the arc. Love grabs the board. Chicago leading by 3. Here's Sloan. Love the pass to Butler. That falls. Great assist by Love. Love's got his 3rd assist on the night.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
And some good action through the first 2.
Your Magic. 38. The Bulls.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Jones. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They trailed by as many as 6 points in the first period. They're playing for each other right now. Selfless basketball translating into a 5-point lead now after trailing initially. Kenny, your thoughts on how the Bulls are playing?
The bench unit was an essential part of the puzzle in the first half. They really stepped it up in a big way, and that helped out. And now the starters can appreciate not having to carry the load on their own.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Right now, they're playing well only on one end of the court. All the energy has been spent on the offensive end. And that's a shame. They're just going to...
And that does it for our halftime show.
Here they come, fans.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Tracy McGrady.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
We've got Tracy McGrady. Hill is out there with Howard. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Hardaway in at point guard. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, catching the defender there off balance. Jordan with the great strength to convert through contact. Let's see what he can do there at the line.
The Magic trailed by 8. Outside Hill. Pass to McGrady. From 20 feet out, Gilmore grabs the miss. Gilmore's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Rose. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And really, this is the time to push it. Try to extend that lead.
You know, they can make things much easier on themselves in the fourth if they just have a few more possessions like that.
Lobbed up there for Howard. Stolen by Rodman. To the middle. Here's Jordan. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Jordan's got the lead up to 12 now for Chicago. Hardaway passes to Hill. McGrady against Jordan. Shot to stop the run, and Shaq with the slam.
Yeah, and you got to respect the size McGrady has. Easily seen over the defense there to spot the open man.
Here's Rose, and finished off by Rose.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Pippen against Hill. Shot clock at 6. He gets that one.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
There is no let up in this man. He is doing everything in his power to keep this game close.
The Magic trail by 12. And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
For your Magic Youth Dance Team. Let's have another big round of applause for your Magic Youth Dance Team.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Howard kicks to Hill. Here's Francis. The pass to Hill. Three-pointer. Cans it from downtown. Hill's got it back down to within single digits for the Magic.
And good to see Hill knocking down the long ball because that really will help his confidence.
And it's sent back by O'Neal. They recover it. Gilmore passes to Rodman. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Rose.
There's a reason Dwight Howard has so many all-defensive teams to his credit. Good night with the block.
Hill against Pippen. Teardrop shot. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Hill.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Gilmore passes to Rodman. Here's Gilmore. Pippen outside. Outside Rose. Clock at 6. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
I'd say he gets on a roll, you better watch out. Rose is having a tremendous night. He's been relentless attacking.
Here's Francis. Passes it to Hill. Shoots it. Howard. And Howard with the second chance points. Howard's got his second basket of the game.
Well, this has been one of the staples of Dwight Howard's game. Get on the glass on the offensive end and finish it.
And the Bulls call timeout here. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. The Bulls leading by 7. Here's Armstrong. It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Levine looking around. Over Francis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I think what you have to appreciate about Zach LaVine is he is becoming such a well-rounded player, willing to share the basketball, willing to hit the boards, and certainly willing to become a more efficient shooter.
Good on the second free throw. The Magic trailed by 8. Outside Hill. Here's Francis to the inside. Skiles. Noah with the block. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Francis passes to O'Neal. 6 on the shot clock. Lobbed up there for Howard. An emphatic LU jam.
That's about communication between teammates. Dwight Howard, high flying as ever.
Now here's Levine. He's guarded close, and it's sent back by Howard. Kick out to Levine. The second chance effort. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Here's Howard. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
And like Shaq in the past, it takes a ton to stop Howard on these shots. Simply bodying him sometimes isn't enough.
Right side, Levine. Noah finds Levine. Now Kukoc. Pass to Butler. It's blocked by Shaq. 30 seconds left in the third. On the wing, Hill. The turnaround. And Orlando again with the bucket.
And because of his ability to attack the rim, Hill can use that mid-range jumper as a great second option. Keeps defenders honest when he's knocking that down.
Basket counts.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Here's Skiles. He's covered by Armstrong. Here's Howard. Misses the shot. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Bulls lead by 4. And we're just
59.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. We've got Derrick Rose. Dennis Rodman is out there with Pippen. Then it's Jordan. And it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. Here's Skiles. He's covered by Rose. And Skiles gets it to go.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
I'm glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
The wide open look here for Vucevic. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Well, what anticipation from the Montenegrin center. Vucevic reading the defense well on the catch and shoot.
And it's Rose missing. The Magic trailed by 3. McGrady passes to Skiles. Pulls up, high post. That shot missing. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Here's Rose. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Well, absolutely fearless. And this is one thing you can say about Derrick Rose. He's never had trouble converting in the painted area.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And Orlando making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Orlando's coach talk to his team. He said, if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
Here's Turkoglu. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Scott can't get it to go. Bulls leading by 7. Jordan dishes to Rose. Pippen outside. Right side, Rodman. Hardaway against Rose. Jordan outside. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's 17 points for Jordan.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
On the wing, Hardaway. He's covered by Rose. Down low, and Vucevic throws it down.
Vucevic knows who he is. This guy is a close scorer, legit threat to finish it with authority.
Here's Rose, and Rose throws it down hard.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. And one more look at that fantastic Mobile One drive.
He's doing everything he can to put this game to bed, and great score there to help his team.
Pass to Vucevic. Turkoglu trying to get open. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Vucevic. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Rose gets the bucket.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Shoots it up. Orlando gets it back.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
It's good.
And there are nights it really doesn't matter what you do defensively. MJ is going to score, and this is looking like one of those nights.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 11. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Derrick Rose.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. McGrady against Jordan. Orlando getting another chance here. Nice hit again. Got a hand on it. Gets Pippen on the wing. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Shaq.
His agility makes Pippen so dangerous inside. He can create contact while also being able to get the shot off.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
I think they put an emphasis on attacking the basket, and watching this, you can see why. They have just carved the defense up here with relative ease.
They've also made a concerted effort to get the ball down low. Many of their points coming in that painted area tonight. Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Rose with the ball. Now McGrady defending. The Magic trailed by 11. To the middle. Here's Hill. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac. Tracy McGrady.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Here's Rose. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 12 points now in the quarter.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
Driving to the basket. A shot by McGrady, no good.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Yeah, that's the way you play defense. Anticipated the hop step, beat him to the spot, and able to get the call.
Here's McGrady. And a miss there on the triple. So it's Chicago now. They lead by 11. Here's Jordan. Lays it up and banks it in.
Jordan
saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Many would say that's the smart play. Sending Shaq to the line where he's, let's say, a little less deadly.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And he hits it and gets hacked down the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Here's Francis. Lewis outside. And the pass to Francis. Anderson outside. And the rejection by Pippen.
And it's always been about the effort defensively for Pippen, known as a stopper and a fantastic shot blocker to boot.
That's the
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew.